The Empire expected commanders and calm voices. They expected a human officer to walk into the meeting hall with a tired face and weak eyes. They expected fear. Captain Varsk of the Galactic Empire stood on the landing platform of Colony Orion 9. His armor was clean and bright. His soldiers lined up behind him like a wall. Their ships floated above the city like metal suns. He looked down at the small human buildings. The roads were broken. Smoke still rose from the places his troops had burned. He felt proud. Humans were small. Their ships were few. Their weapons were old. And their faces were easy to read. Varsk opened a message screen for the human leaders. His voice was loud. He told them to send their commanders. He told them to come and sign surrender papers. He promised mercy if they obeyed. The humans did not answer. Not for 1 hour. Not for 1 day. Not even for 3 days. On the 4th day, the Empire soldiers started laughing. They ate and joked in the camp. They made games from stolen human things. They walked through the streets like kings. Varsk was sure Earth had no courage. He told his troops the humans had finally learned their place. Then the sky changed. A ship arrived from deep space. It was not large. It was not shining. It was black like a piece of night. Its shape was strange, smooth and sharp at the same time. No flags. No lights. No open signals. The Empire radar officers looked confused. They could not read the ship well. It was there, but it also felt like it was not. Varsk stepped forward. He smiled. He thought this was the human surrender ship. The black ship landed without sound. Dust did not even rise. The air felt cold. Some Empire soldiers stopped breathing for a moment. The door of the ship opened slowly. A dark mist rolled out. 6 humans walked down. They wore army suits. Simple gray and green. No medals. No bright marks. Their faces were covered with helmets. Only black glass showed where eyes should be. They did not look left or right. They did not look at the Empire banners. They walked like machines. Slow and calm. Like they had all the time in the universe. Varsk felt anger rise. He shouted, asking where the commanders were. He demanded names and ranks. One human stopped. He turned his helmet toward Varsk. His voice was quiet, almost bored. We did not send commanders. Varsk laughed. Then he stopped laughing when he heard the next words. We sent the Hush Squad. The air went silent. Even the wind felt afraid. Varsk tried to speak again, but his throat felt tight. The human walked closer, and behind him the other 5 humans spread out like shadows. Then the colony lights flickered once. And somewhere in the Empire camp, a soldier screamed for 1 second, then went silent. Varsk turned his head fast, his eyes wide, and he realized the meeting had already started. The camp did not wake up like normal. It woke up like a grave opening its eyes. Captain Varsk ran toward the sound with his guards behind him. His boots hit the metal floor plates. His heart hit even harder inside his chest. He reached the outer tents. One guard was missing. His rifle lay on the ground, still warm, as if someone had held it only a moment ago. Varsk shouted for alarms. No sirens came. He yelled for lights. The lights stayed dim and weak, like the power itself was afraid to shine. His soldiers started moving in groups. Their voices were loud at first, then softer, then almost silent. They found the first body near the supply crates. The soldier was sitting against a wall, his eyes open, his mouth wide, but no blood was around him. No wounds, no broken armor, only a small cut on his helmet like a thin line. Varsk touched the helmet. It split apart like paper. He stepped back. His stomach turned cold. Another scream came from deeper inside the camp. It was not loud. It was short, like someone tried to shout, but air was taken away. Varsk moved faster. He reached the command tent. The door was open. Inside, the tables were still there. The screen still on. The map still glowing. But the officers were gone. Only one chair had fresh marks on it, as if claws had dragged across metal. Varsk looked closer. The marks were not from claws. They were from fingers. Human fingers. His throat tightened. He tried to contact the fleet above. He spoke into his comm device. His voice shook. This is Captain Varsk, report status now. Only static answered. He hit the device again. He tried a second channel, then a third. Nothing but empty noise. Like space itself had turned deaf. Behind him his guards shifted. One of them whispered, "Sir, we should retreat." Varsk wanted to shout at him, but before he could speak, the ground lights blinked once, and every screen in the tent went dark. The silence became heavy, like a hand pressing down on every sound. Then a soft voice came from outside. "Walk out slowly." Varsk froze. His guards raised their rifles. They pointed at the tent opening. 6 figures stood there in the dim light. The Hush Squad, their helmets black, their bodies still, their guns held low like they did not even need them. Varsk forced his voice out. "This is an attack on an Empire camp. You will be hunted." The first Hush soldier tilted his head a little, like he was thinking about a small joke. Then he said, "We are already hunting." Varsk felt fear bite into him. He stepped back. His guards fired without waiting. Plasma shots hit the air where the Hush Squad stood. But the humans were not there anymore. They were suddenly inside the tent, so fast that Varsk did not understand how. One Hush soldier grabbed a rifle with one hand and pushed it down, like the weapon was a toy. Another Hush soldier tapped a guard on the shoulder. The guard turned and fell. No blood, no sound, just collapse. Varsk tried to run. A hand grabbed his arm, strong like steel. He looked into the black glass of a helmet and felt like he was staring into a deep pit. The Hush leader leaned closer, his voice low. "Your empire wanted commanders. We are the answer." Varsk shook. He could not breathe right. He whispered, "What are you?" The Hush leader released him and pointed toward the camp outside. "Look." Varsk stumbled out, his eyes wide. Half the camp was empty. Tents open, weapons on the ground, shields broken, and soldiers missing like they had never existed. Then the Hush leader spoke again, calm and cold. "This is only the beginning." And far above, one Empire warship suddenly went dark in the sky, like a dead star falling asleep. The Empire fleet hovered above Orion 9 like a metal storm. 20 warships in perfect lines, their cannons aimed at the human city, their flags shining in the thin light of the planet. Admiral Karn watched from the bridge of his flagship. He saw the fires on the surface. He saw the Empire camps like small dots below. He felt certain victory was already written. Then his screen officer spoke with a shaky voice. "Admiral, we lost contact with Captain Varsk." Karn frowned. He did not like problems. He did not like silence. He ordered a full scan of the ground camp. Drones moved down from orbit, their cameras sharp, their signals clear. But the drone feed came back wrong. The picture showed tents and empty roads. It showed soldiers walking, then stopping, then falling, like invisible hands were pushing them down. Karn leaned closer, his jaw tight. "Zoom in." The camera moved. It showed 6 dark human figures walking through the camp. Slow, calm, like they own the place. Their helmets reflected firelight. Their movements looked too smooth, too clean. Then the feed turned black. "All drones gone." The officer whispered, "They are cutting our eyes." Karn felt heat rise in his chest. He slammed his fist on the command rail. "Launch fighters now. Wipe the camp clean." Fighters burst from the Empire carriers. Dozens of sharp ships diving toward the planet. Their engines bright, their weapons loaded. But halfway down, every fighter froze. Their lights flickered. Their engines stuttered. And one by one, they dropped like stones. The bridge crew stared. Some gasped. Some could not speak. Admiral Karn slowly turned his head. "What is happening?" The comm officer tried again. His voice cracked. "All fighter systems dead. All power lost. They are falling." On the surface, the crash lights bloomed. Small suns blooming in the night. The human city shook with the impact. Karn forced himself to stay calm. He ordered his biggest warship to fire a warning shot. One cannon opened. A beam of plasma struck near the city. The ground exploded. Dust rose like a wall. Still no human surrender. Still no human commanders. Only silence. Then the flagship lights dimmed. Just a little, like a breath being taken away. Karn looked around fast. His crew whispered in fear. "Sir, power is dropping." Karn shouted for engineers. "For backups. For emergency core systems." The chief engineer answered. "Admiral, nothing is wrong with the core. Something is pulling power from outside. Then the bridge doors opened. Without permission, 6 humans walked in. No alarms rang. No guard stopped them. Even the bridge guns did not fire, as if the ship itself refused to fight them. The Hush squad stood in a line, their helmets facing the Empire crew. Karn reached for his side weapon. His hand stopped when he saw a Hush soldier lift a small device. A simple black cube, no bigger than a fist. The cube made a soft sound, a low hum, and the flagship power dropped again. Screens went dark. Gravity shook. The crew grabbed rails to stay standing. Karn forced a word out. "How did you get here?" The Hush leader stepped forward, his voice quiet. "You left your doors open when you came to burn children." Karn tried to threaten. He tried to stand tall, but his legs felt weak. The Hush leader continued, still calm. "We are not here to talk. We are here to end this." Karn swallowed hard, his mouth dry. "What do you want?" The Hush leader looked toward the Empire stars outside the window. "We want the galaxy to remember silence." Then he pressed the cube into the bridge floor. The hum turned into a deep pulse. And outside the flagship window, 3 Empire warships went dark at the same time, like someone cut their souls out. Karn stared in disbelief, and the entire bridge became silent like a tomb. The Empire flagship drifted in the dark, its lights weak, its engines quiet, as if it was floating in deep water. Admiral Karn stood frozen. His crew did not move. Every screen was black. Only a few red warning lights blinked like tired eyes. Outside the window, 3 Empire warships were dead. No thrusters, no shields, no signals. They floated like empty shells. The Hush squad did not rush. They did not shout. They did not celebrate. They simply waited. Karn tried to breathe. His chest felt heavy. He looked at the human leader again. "What are you doing to my fleet?" The Hush leader spoke slow, like he was teaching a child. "We are turning off your war." Karn shook his head. He forced anger into his voice. "You cannot stop an empire. We have thousands of ships." The Hush leader did not react. He pointed at the stars, then called them. Karn grabbed the emergency comm system. It was old but strong. It should work even in a dead ship. He pressed the code. His voice echoed into the empty channel. "Empire Command, respond now. This is Admiral Karn under attack." Only silence came back. No static, no broken sound, just nothing. Like the universe had swallowed his words. Karn stared at the device, his fingers trembling. Behind him, one officer began to cry quietly. Another whispered prayers. A third kept staring at the humans like they were ghosts. The Hush leader walked toward the bridge window. He looked down at Orion 9, the burning colony, the broken streets, the dead human homes. He spoke again, calm but sharp. "You expected commanders. You expected rules. But you broke rules first." Karn tried to speak, but the words stuck. The Hush leader turned back. His helmet glass reflected the red lights. He looked like a shadow with a face of night. Earth did send commanders once. Long ago, when humans still believed words could stop fire. Karn swallowed, his voice small. "Why did you come?" The Hush leader raised one hand. A small screen opened on his wrist. It showed a list. Names. Hundreds of human names. Children. Families. Medics. Farmers. People who never held a weapon. The Hush leader said, "These are the first ones you killed." Karn looked away. His stomach twisted. He wanted to say it was war. He wanted to say it was normal. But even he could feel it was not. Then the Hush leader stepped closer. His voice low. "Humans can forgive many things, but not this." Suddenly the bridge shook. A deep hit from outside. Metal groaned. Karn looked up in panic. "What now?" A crew officer screamed. "Admiral, something huge is coming." The emergency window sensors flickered to life for 1 second. Just 1 second. And Karn saw it. A human warship. Massive. Ancient. Covered in dark armor. Its shape like a blade. Its size like a city. Silent engines. No bright lights. Only faint red marks across its hull like scars. It moved like a predator waking up. The Hush leader watched it too. He did not look surprised. Karn whispered in fear. That ship was not on the scans. Where did it come from? The Hush leader answered. It was always here. The giant human ship stopped near the Empire flagship, and a signal pulse rolled through space. Heavy and slow. Every Empire ship, still alive, lost power again. One by one, like falling dominoes. Karn dropped to one knee, his pride breaking. His voice cracked. Stop this. We can talk. We can surrender. The Hush leader finally moved closer to him, his voice colder than space. You had your chance to talk. Now you will listen. Then he leaned down and spoke the words that made Karn feel true terror. The galaxy will go silent, because you taught humans how to be silent first. And far below on Orion 9, the colony lights shut off completely, as if the planet itself was holding its breath. Orion 9 was dark now. No streetlights, no city glow, only small fires burning like weak stars on the ground. The Empire soldiers left on the surface huddled together, their weapons ready, their eyes wide. They looked into the shadows like children in a nightmare. They did not know if the Hush Squad was near, or far, or inside their own minds. In orbit, the Empire fleet was dying slowly. Ships floated with no power, no shields, no engines, no hope. The giant human warship stayed beside them like a judge. Admiral Karn sat on the cold bridge floor, his hands empty, his mouth dry. He watched the Hush leader walk across the silent room. The human leader did not hurry. He moved like time belonged to him. Then a new signal appeared on a weak emergency screen. A single incoming message. Not from the Empire. From another alien nation. It was the Council of Neutral Worlds. They spoke with fear. To all ships in this sector, cease fire now. The Empire must retreat. Humanity has activated forbidden response forces. Karn stared. His pride tried to rise again, but his body felt too tired. Forbidden response forces. He had heard rumors, stories told in dark bars. That Earth had units trained in secret. Units that did not fight like soldiers. Units that hunted like predators. He never believed it. Now they were standing in his bridge. One Empire officer crawled to Karn, his voice shaking. Admiral, we should accept surrender. We should beg. Karn lifted his head slowly. He looked at the Hush leader again. Listen, we will pull out of Orion 9. We will leave your worlds. To stop this. The Hush leader stood still. Then he answered, you will leave, but you will not leave with your weapons. Karn blinked. What does that mean? The Hush leader pointed toward the bridge window, at the dead Empire ships. It means your fleet will be returned to you. Empty, silent, useless. Karn felt rage flicker inside him. He forced himself to stand. His hands clenched. You cannot do this. This fleet belongs to the Empire. The Hush leader took one step closer. His voice remained quiet, but the words hit like a blade. You took Orion 9. You took human lives. You burned homes. You did what you wanted. Now we do what we want. Karn tried to lift his weapon again, but a Hush soldier moved beside him, so fast that the air shifted. The weapon was gone from Karn's hand, and it was now in the Hush soldier's grip, crushed in a broken metal like soft clay. Karn stared in shock. The Hush leader spoke again. Your soldiers on the ground will also be disarmed. Karn felt fear run through him. He imagined his surface troops helpless in the dark. Then the flagship shook once more. A hard impact, like something had touched its hull. Karn heard a voice from the hull cameras. The system flickered. One feed came online for a moment. It showed Hush soldiers walking through the Empire ship hulls. Not just 6. Now there were dozens. More Hush squads, moving like a black river inside every Empire ship. Karn realized the truth. This was not one strike team. This was an entire hidden army. Karn whispered, how many of you are there? The Hush leader answered, enough. The Empire bridge officer suddenly screamed. He pointed at the star window. A new human fleet was arriving. But it was not a normal fleet. It was strange, silent, old designs mixed with new. Ships shaped like sharp bones and heavy blades. They appeared without bright warp lights, as if they were already waiting behind reality. The Empire crew could not speak. They only watched, their mouths open, their eyes wet. The Hush leader looked at the fleet too. Then he said, this is the part where the galaxy learns the rule. Do not force humans to stop caring. Karn dropped his head. His voice broke. Please, what will you do to us? The Hush leader stepped closer, and his final words felt like a death sentence. We will send you home, so you can tell everyone what silence looks like. Then the human leader tapped his wrist screen, and every Empire ship in orbit received the same message. Leave now, or disappear forever. And in the dark, above Orion 9, the remaining Empire ships began to drift away. Weak, broken, terrified. But deep inside the flagship, a hidden countdown started, and Karn did not even know it yet. Admiral Karn stood on the bridge again. His legs felt weak, but fear forced him upright. The human message still glowed on the emergency screen. Leave now, or disappear forever. Outside, the Empire's ships drifted like wounded animals. Some tried to restart engines. Some did not even move. They only floated and waited for death. Karn looked at the Hush leader. We are leaving. We are retreating. You have won. The Hush leader stared back. His helmet glass dark. His voice calm. Not yet. Karn felt his blood turn cold. What do you mean? The Hush leader pointed down at Orion 9. The planet below was still dark. But now small lights appeared. Moving lights. Like people running. On the bridge, a weak sensor alarm beeped. Just one small sound. Then stopped. Karn asked his officer what that was. The officer shook his head, confused. He could not read the systems anymore. Then Karn heard it, a deep sound in the ship walls, a slow pulse, like a heart beating under metal. Boom, boom, boom. The crew looked around in terror. Some backed away. One felt his knees. Karn turned toward the Hush leader, his voice shaking. What is that sound? The Hush leader answered. Your war core is waking up. Karn did not understand. Then he remembered the old Empire secret. Every command flagship carried a hidden weapon core, a dark energy vault, meant to destroy whole worlds if the Empire ever lost. It was not supposed to activate without command codes. Karn grabbed the emergency panel, his hands shaking. He searched for the core status. A red warning appeared. War core sequence active. Detonation in 10 minutes. Karn screamed. No, stop it. Shut it down. His officers panicked. They hit buttons. They shouted codes. But nothing worked. The core was locked. Karn turned to the Hush leader, his face wet with sweat. You did this. You are going to destroy us all. The Hush leader did not move. He spoke slowly. No, Admiral. Your Empire built this. We just removed the chains. Karn could not breathe. He imagined the core exploding. The blast could kill not only the ship, but all the Empire ships near it, maybe even harm the planet below. Karn begged, his voice broken. Please, we will leave. We will never return. Just stop the core. The Hush leader looked at him for a long moment. Then he spoke. The core will not hit the planet. We already shifted its vector. Your people will not get more victims today. Karn blinked, still terrified. Then what will happen? The Hush leader said, it will erase your fleet. Clean, silent, like your ships were never here. Karn fell to his knees. He finally understood. This was not just punishment. This was a message. The Empire wanted to show the galaxy that humans could be crushed. Now Earth would show the galaxy what happens when humans are pushed into darkness. The ship pulse grew faster. Boom, boom, boom. The countdown dropped. 6 minutes. 5 minutes. Karn crawled toward the window. He saw Empire ships trying to flee, but most had no power. They moved like dead fish. Then the giant human warship near them activated. A wide field opened around the Empire fleet. A quiet red dome in space. The Hush leader spoke to his squad. One short command. Extract. The Hush squad turned and walked toward the bridge doors. Still calm. Still silent. Karn shouted after them. Where are you going? The Hush leader did not look back. Home. For minutes. 3 minutes. Karn looked at the planet below. He saw human survivors running to shelters. He saw small human ships escaping the atmosphere. Then 2 minutes. 1 minute. Karn closed his eyes, waiting for pain, waiting for fire. But the explosion was not loud. It was not bright. It was silent. Space folded inward for a moment, like a dark mouth closing. And when Karn opened his eyes, the Empire fleet was gone. No debris, no lights, no bodies, nothing, only empty stars, and the quiet shape of the human dread ship watching like a guardian. A final message echoed through open channels across the sector. This is Earth. We asked for peace. You answered with fire. Now, remember the silence. And the galaxy went silent. Not because it had to, but because it finally understood.